The trade deadline having come and passed, how are you feeling? How are you and the team kind of feeling right now? Good. I mean, we're focused on Toronto. So for me, again, I mean, I'm where my feet are in terms of like lost from the All Star break, lost from came back. So we're 100% focused on Toronto. We just obviously found out we're playing, so our game plan has to definitely shift. That's what my focus. That being said, with no moves being made, are you guys happy with the direction you're taking? What do you think? It's on my face. Yeah, like I said before this too, you guys were also asking me where we stand. Am I happy? Yeah, but we haven't reached our peak yet, right? We haven't maximized where we are yet on so many levels. And then my response definitely has been strength in numbers. It's something that we took to heart because of last year, what happened in the playoffs. So as we continue to build in the right direction, I think, like I said, Ohima has done an elite job of the moves and the decisions she made in the off season and what she was able to construct. And so as we work tandem, she's my partner in crime. We continue to build, but we continue to push each other to make sure, we're going to be elite at all levels. So yes. Yeah, thank you, Kendall. Who's
With Gabby, let's do a question tonight. With reconditioning, what are you monitoring there and what's the philosophy around that?
Yeah, everything. Mental, physical, connectivity with the team as well. Because again, her and Ja were gone during the All Star break, and so it's so many details. You would probably get bored of me actually listing them all. It's her just being. Does she feel ready? Does she feel prepared? Understanding that we haven't played our best that last game, and so we have to ramp up in terms of defending without fouling, being smart with our physicalness. Is she ready for that? So as she warms up, we'll test it out. I'll see how she moves, and we go from there.
Hey, Coach.
Hi.
With all the depth you guys have, how do you determine rotations late in games or in second half situations? Is it based on feel how people are doing out there, or is it things that you guys talk about in the scouting report specifically?
Everything. It's matchup based. It's how they're rolling. It's whether they're in foul. Last game got in foul trouble, so we couldn't end with like some people that we normally end with. So depending how the game is being played, I mean, every minute, I'd say in every possession, our coaches are constantly connecting and talking to each other amongst of like what's working, what's not. Even Caitlin, V, Gabby, that's their responsibility as well. They're in the huddles telling me what they see. So it's constant communication. That's why I said from the jump, connectivity is part of our strength. We're great with hearing the honest truths within the games, within the huddles. What maybe my game plan wasn't the right thing. Hey, let's switch it. So it's every possession we're in constant communication. So I would say there's no direct science to it. It's feeling matchups for us.
Natalie, kind of to piggyback on Jane's question, was there something with Gabby that you guys saw that, made you want to hold her up for a while, recondition, or was it just, like you said, kind of all those variables that you take into account?
Have you been to an All Star event? Have you been to an All Star? You haven't? Can you imagine what it is like? What do you think it's like?
Yeah.
Chaotic. Why is it chaotic?
Busy.
Busy. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You're trying to go from you're meeting amazing people. They met Obama. I know it was something she was ecstatic about. You're constantly in this seat where you're just getting a ton of questions asked. You got to dress up. So she had to put on her best outfit a couple times. So that's like makeup and hair. That's, getting the right pose, getting the right, it's so much stuff. So where I feel like now I choose to not be in that realm, because for me, it would be a lot of anxiety for me personally. It would jack my nervous system up because that's not what I'm comfortable at. I'm comfortable about being on the floor. So with that, you talk to Gabby and Jock. What do you need? What do you need from this trip? And they had a great time. I wanted them to have a great time, but they each handled their break differently. So it's what they need, and what we're willing. Obviously, strength in numbers has helped us, and so it's a combination of being flexible from a coach's perspective and flexible from a player's perspective. Did I answer that?
Yeah, I am curious what all those variables are. Like you said, everything that goes into that recondition evaluation.
Yeah, again, it depends how much did she really work out. So I wasn't with her, you know, but our performance team did amazing. Oh, that's a fine. That's $100 or 100 push-ups. But you know, that's depending on like what she actually did, and then you know her load in the All-Star game. I know she's doing these one-legged things, she's practicing one-legged stuff. So it's literally it's all these little details. But it's also her just being honest with what she needs coming back.
I wanted to ask what you think about the new court.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. I also think change is also good for players because, you know, it just gives them a different feel. I don't know for sure how the fans have been responding, but it's beautiful. And I think understanding what it is, right? It's representing the fact that, you know, every shot that we make, we're actually donating $1,000 to the Golden State Community Foundation. Did you guys know that? So we're playing for a cause. We're playing for something bigger than ourselves. If we can do both at the same time, I think that's an amazing opportunity.
And then just quickly to follow up on Kenzo's question, you said you're happy with your group. You know, I'm sure you looked into things, you know, what was kind of, you know, would move the needle, make you make a move versus not?
Yeah, I think I kind of answered that a little bit, even with saying like from all the experience of even when I was in high school and I won in high school. And I remember my first year, 3 years in high school, we were supposed to dominate. We were talented. We were loaded, people would say. And my fourth year, everyone's like, you're not gonna win. You have it's just you on the team. Everyone graduated, everyone's going on to D1. And we got along so well my senior year, and we went farther than the team that we were with that was loaded. So for me, yes, it was high school, and I can't compare completely. But I've learned through after that of playing and coaching, especially in the NBA, is like when you have a great culture and great chemistry, you just don't mess with it. It's something that's very rare in sports. I'm sure you guys have felt that with teams that you've seen win and have gone on to become dynasties, right? There's something special about it. There's a selflessness, there's a care factor, there's team before self mentality. And I think right now where we're at, we have that right now.
I know.
Oh, I said last question.
Timmy's back. You didn't have to face her in Toronto. She famously said last year she didn't like when opposing players got cheers.
Timmy said that.
Yeah, Tim said that. So fittingly, you know, like, do you want fans to boo her kind of out of love, but to get what she wanted last year?
I want fans to be themselves. If they feel like that can get into Temmy's head, great. But you guys know me. I love Temmy. Temmy is a truth teller. She's blunt. She's no bullshit. I don't think it's gonna affect her. She's gonna be really, really honest because she plays so hard and she plays with a fire that I think it's hard to, you know, put out. So they can do however they want, but we're here to win, obviously.
Hey Natalie, I know you don't have the fever again in the regular season, but coming out of the break, one of the big news stories has been Sylvia Cunningham and the protests for her and protests against her. And, you know, they had a national televised game today and Cheryl, you know, wore a shirt and it's just a conversation. I'm wondering just, what do you think about it? Do you think that's good for the league? Does it detract from the basketball? Is it just noise? I'm just wondering what your opinion is.
I think, thank you for that question. I think just in terms of how I'm seeing it is, if I could answer with like, for me, sports is about belonging. It's about inclusivity. It's about allowing everyone to be their authentic self. You know, I'm big on that just because I have been criticized for my height, for my ethnicity. I've been in those you shouldn't belong here many times. And for me, I don't want that space, especially Golden State, to ever feel like that. So I'm all about women, little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women. So I'm all about inclusivity.
Thank you.
Yep.